Good morning, folks. Hi, Phil McPhail here with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Welcome to Woodland, Maine. I'm located in what's known as Aroostook County, or as Mainers like to call it, the county. This is the largest county in the state of Maine. This property we're going to look at today is 59 acres, mostly wooded land with a bunch of frontage on a stream. And I'm going to call this one the Trail Riders Escape property. This is 500 feet off the groomed snowmobile and maintained ATV trail system. You can access it right from the property. And right behind me, we've got electricity just a couple hundred feet away. So come along with me today. We're going to go take a look at one of the nicest properties you're going to find for the money, 59 acres for $59,500. If you're not a trail rider, folks, that's fine too. This property would make a great place for a second home, a getaway cabin, or a homestead. We're going to see some land that most likely used to be field, or at least a majority of it was. Some good soils in this area, and we'll step into the woods here shortly. But before we do, let me tell you about where we're at. We're located here on McIntyre Road in the small town of Woodland, Maine, up here in the county. This town has a population of just over 1,200 people. Aroostook County, or the county, is the one that is, like I said earlier, the largest county in the state of Maine. 6,800 square miles, about 10 people per square mile. So all kinds of room to roam up here. We're about 6 miles from the nearest service town of Caribou. That's a small city up here in northern Maine. There's a hospital there, shopping, car dealers, everything you need. We're 18 miles from the city of Presque, and that's northern Maine's largest city. About 42 miles up to Fort Kent at the University of Maine, Fort Kent, and that's on the Canadian border with New Brunswick. Boston and Montreal are about equally distanced from here at just around 400 miles. It's about a 6.5 hour ride to either Montreal, Quebec, or Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, we're in just off of McIntyre Road, and definitely this property was old field. You can see it's grown up, it's starting to grow back to bushes. Tractor or maybe a forestry mulcher, you could convert this back to field pretty easily. What we are seeing right here is a pile of deer sign. They're working through and browsing some of the bushes in here. So if you're a hunter, keep that in mind. Mostly what we're seeing here for forest land is spruce trees. We've got some popple growing in here, some small hardwoods in places. The stream, which is the South Branch Caribou stream, is just off to our south here. We'll take you over and show you portions of that, and you'll see some of it on the drone footage. The property has about 2,000 feet along that stream. And it's a slow-moving section of stream. A couple places you might be able to access it with a canoe, but there's quite a bit of wetland right down near there. Great place to see moose, to see deer, and other wildlife following the edge of the stream. So we're going to take a walk a little further back in the woods, show you a little more of the forest. Now we're in here probably 800 feet off of McIntyre Road, and we're on a little knoll here. What you're going to see in here is mostly spruce trees, and a lot of these are big enough to saw into dimensional lumber, 2x4s, or some small boards. Quite a bit of wood on this property where it is an old field. I think this grew up probably close to 80 years ago, 60, 80 years ago from the looks of it. Had a timber harvest probably 30 years ago, maybe. From the looks of, there aren't a lot of stumps left, so it's probably been quite a while. Growing trees really well. This is a Conant silt soil and Caribou gravelly soil according to the NRCS for the most part. So it should be pretty good for pasture land, and in some areas be good for growing crops. Well, folks, while we're walking through the woods here, let's talk about the region and what's so exciting about it. As I said, Trail Riders Escape. Aroostook County has over 1,300 miles of groomed trail system up here. One of the largest in New England. Just a few hundred feet down the road from the property, ITS 83 crosses the road. You can jump right on it. The Aroostook County Trail system is in my opinion, second to none. They get more reliable snow than most places in New England, heading up towards the St. John Valley. So that's a really nice feature of this property. If you're not a trail rider, well, I'm sorry, but if you are, you're going to love this piece of property. The Woodland Community Trail System, which is just a few miles from here, is 3.6 miles of hiking trails, snowshoeing, cross-country ski trails. And that's just off the center road here in Woodland. Not far, you go to the school and you can access the trails right from the school here in Woodland. What else we got around here? Well, if you like fishing, if you like boating, the Fish River chain of lakes just north of us here is over 22,000 acres of water with some of the best wild brook trout fishing and trophy landlocked salmon fishing that the state of Maine has to offer. There are some rivers in the area. People from the county tend to like to be on the lakes. Some great boating opportunities on lakes like Cross Lake, Eagle Lake, Long Lake, which is incredible bodies of water. Also has really good populations of smelts. The locals up there like to get out in their shacks there in the wintertime and fish for smelts. So as you can see, this is old field, folks. It's all grown up to trees now, but varying terrain here doesn't have a lot of topography. It's relatively level ground. I don't think it's all excellent farmland. I think it would be great pasture land. So if you want to come in here and clear this for livestock, I think it'd be great for that. We'll keep going here, folks, and come back in. We'll show you a few more things on the waterfront. Okay, we're about 800 feet back from McIntyre Road now, and this is a really cool spot. We're in a little knoll of some older spruce trees, tons of cones here. We were commenting earlier, we could see where the squirrels have been just eating these and piling up the debris. What a spot for a cabin here, folks. You could bring your power in here from the road, build a nice long driveway in here. Nobody would ever know you were back here. What a cool spot. We've seen all kinds of game sign, from white-tailed deer. We've seen rough grouse in here. We've seen moose sign. Beautiful piece of property. I think we've shown you enough of the forest probably now. There's some areas here of hardwoods and softwood mix, some old fields, and you can tell if you look at the ground below here, there's absolutely no rock showing. It's very level. Obviously used to be farmland. As we're walking through here, like I said, this is pretty level terrain. Overall, you got elevations that run from about 540 to 590 feet above sea level. Relatively level ground. We're 500-600 feet off McIntyre Road right here, and you can see this is probably old pasture land. So we're gonna walk out, and we're gonna take you over and show you the Snowmobile trail. Over here at the road crossing of the South Branch Caribou stream, and like I said, this property has about 2,800 feet along this stream. It's moving pretty good right now, but to be honest, we had about 3 inches of rain and a whole bunch of snow melt in the last couple of days, so it's up pretty high for this time of year. You can see the alder meadow that runs through here. Nice place to fish for some brook trout here in the spring and early summer. Property's over here to your right as you're looking, and it's following the stream all the way to the back of the property. And right over here, I'm going to hop over the guardrail here at the bridge. So property's right there. 100 feet away, we've got the ITS trail here. And let's go check this out. We're just a few hundred feet from the property, folks. Right here, ITS 83. This is an old railroad bed. As you can see, it's in great condition. I've ridden this trail a lot in my younger days on Snowmobile. This is also an ATV trail. So it connects up to this interconnected trail system that runs all through northern Maine, over into New Brunswick, Canada, all the way over into New Hampshire. And if you want to keep riding, you can do a lot of riding here as long as the snow is cooperating. So Trail Riders Escape, 59 acres, $59,500. Let's go wrap this up for you. Thanks for taking the tour of this 59 acres here on McIntyre Road in the town of Woodland with me today. Before we wrap it up, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. The property here, 59 acres, $59,500. The taxes on this property are just over $850 per year. We got about 300 plus feet of road frontage on McIntyre Road, 2,800 feet on the South Branch of Caribou Stream. We got some old fields, we got some forest land, lots of wildlife, and best of all, if you're a trail rider, ITS 83 a few hundred feet down the road. If you want to come check this property out, give me a call at 207-290-0372. Looking forward to your call.